The first play I ever wrote was, I was 18, and it was called But Not to Love. It was all about drugs and school and all that sort of stuff. But the important thing is that was my very, very first one, and so that was my first play. But I've written a number of stories, and so that's when I first started to write. The dynamics of affairs may vary a little bit, but it's still the emotions and all of that. So what I was trying to do with the lesbian one was that to show that tenderness and that softness that these two women weren't getting from their husbands, but not to do it in a preachy way. There's a reason there for Jackie. I mean, Jed is one of the nastiest. I mean, he's not a very nice husband. It's not that Brett for Carla isn't a good husband, because that's not ever seen there, and he tries his best, being a younger husband with an older wife, to manage Carla and her, and to provide for her the way that he does. So there's a tenderness there, but there is still something missing, and that's that tenderness that two women share. When it's really hard to explain unless you've been in a lesbian relationship, but there's a tenderness and a softness and an understanding that two women have, that it's different levels for a man and a woman. What I tried to show through Jackie is that, she's a successful career woman, so she has control in her workplace. She even talks about her own employees in one of the scenes. So she's a manager, but she's successful. So, of course, she's a successful woman out there in her own right, but this very successful woman is controlled by somebody else, by her husband. And this happens all the time, and I wanted to show that clash. In writing Missing Pieces, I never thought about the process for the actors. I never thought how challenging the themes that I wrote. I had this idea and I wanted to challenge. I never thought how difficult that would possibly ever be for the actors. So I have 4 incredible young actors who have taken on board some really heavy themes, and it has been a very hard ask, and we've had lots of discussions about it, but I am just so proud of them, because they have given life to my words. And Missing Pieces is sort of like the missing piece of my life. It's the beginning of my creative journey, and I shall continue to do so from now on in. But for Missing Pieces wouldn't have been able to work without those 4 pieces of the puzzle for Missing Pieces, which is Naomi, Anna, Danny and Daniel, in playing the characters of Jackie, Carla, Jed and Brett. So I'm just so delighted. They are just awesome, and they kicked ass tonight. I'm really happy and excited.